I'll be recapping a Japanese movie called One Missed Call. It starts with our protagonist, college student Yumi, having some drinks with her friends in a pub. During a bathroom break, one of her friends, Yoko, receives a missed call. The call is from 2 days in the future of Yoko herself, exclaiming that it has started raining, followed by her scream. The friend group can't make sense of it and disregard it as a prank. 2 days later, Yoko calls Yumi to plan a trip. She exclaims that it has started raining. Yoko screams as an unseen force violently throws her off the footbridge onto a speeding train. Then the camera pans out to her severed hand, dialing a number. 2 days later, after Yoko's funeral, Yoko's boyfriend approaches Yumi and tells her about a mysterious voicemail he received 2 days ago, apparently from 2 days in the future. And 2 days in the future is this exact day. In the voicemail, Yoko's boyfriend is addressing someone, followed by a ping, then a scream. As they go to the elevator, a group of students approach him about a school project and he addresses them, the events playing out like the voicemail. The elevator opens with a ping, and Yoko's boyfriend looks at Yumi with fear. Out of nowhere, he's pulled down the elevator shaft, where he plummets to his death. We see a red candy falling out of his mouth, as his phone dials another number by itself. At this point, Yumi is beyond herself with fear, so she invites her other friend, Natsumi, to sleep over. To be safe, Yumi turns off their phones, and they retire to bed. However, in the middle of the night, they receive a call for Natsumi. Rather than a voicemail, she is messaged a photo of herself with a shadowy figure behind her. By the next day, word has spread about all the unexplained deaths and Natsumi's connection. In an attempt to keep other students safe, Natsumi gives them her phone to delete their phone numbers. The media also gets wind of the situation, and they offer Natsumi a chance to be exorcised on live TV. Persuaded by Yumi, Natsumi turns them down. Then one of the media personnel's phones rings with a message for Natsumi. The photo message she had received earlier now shows that the shadowy figure has moved. With no other idea of saving herself, Natsumi accepts the media offer. Afterwards, Yumi runs into a detective who has been investigating this curse that also claimed his sister's life. Detective shares that the next victim is usually called after the previous death, and that the victims have red candies in their mouths. Their investigation leads them to a hospital that has recently changed its location. At the hospital, Yumi recognizes a sound she had heard before the death of Yoko's boyfriend, which is the sound of an asthma inhaler spray. Therefore, they investigate any asthma connection to the case. They trace the autopsy records to a girl named Mimiko who had died from an asthma attack, with her mother Marie going missing. A hospital journal shows that whenever Mimiko, whom we'll call older sister, had an attack, her younger sister, whom we'll call younger sister, would suffer some injury at the same time. They suspect that their mother Marie suffered from a mental disorder which made her harm her children to get attention for herself. The night of Natsumi's exorcism arrives, and Yumi and detective rush to the media house. The exorcist arrives and starts the exorcism. In the middle of the exorcism, an unseen force throws him off stage and everything falls into chaos. On stage, Natsumi sees the shadowy figure, just like the photo message. Yumi and detective arrive, and they realize Natsumi is the only one who can see the figure. Yumi rushes and embraces Natsumi, who is now crying in fear. Just then, Natsumi's body starts contorting violently, and her head is thrown off her body. As the head rolls over, another red candy drops out of her mouth. Before Yumi has time to grieve her friend, both hers and Natsumi's phones ring, and she shares a knowing look with detective. Detective escorts Yumi home and encourages her to stay with her family for the time being. Yumi says she can't stay still waiting for her death, then reveals that her mother physically harmed her as a child. Detective goes to an orphanage, where he meets the younger sister, who is mute due to trauma. He tries asking her where her mother Marie is, but she doesn't respond. On her fateful day, Yumi is anxious and carries out her own investigation. She finds the location of the abandoned hospital Marie used to take her kids to. She informs detective of her findings, then sets off. By nightfall, Yumi arrives at the abandoned hospital alone. Inside, she gets haunted by a supernatural being. Detective also arrives after a while, which momentarily stops the haunting. Yumi receives a message that she'll die in 1 minute, so detective snatches the phone and smashes it. Beside them, Detective notices a corpse arm dialing a phone and stops it. By then, they realize the 1 minute has lapsed and nothing happened. Relieved, Detective investigates the arm and finds it attached to Marie's decaying corpse. Detective discourages Yumi from approaching the corpse, but she ignores him. Suddenly, the corpse reanimates and holds Yumi's head. Detective gets into action and saves Yumi, but as they run through the door, a supernatural force separates them on either side of the door, and now Yumi is stuck with the corpse. With nowhere to run, Yumi is cornered by the corpse. Detective frantically tries to break down the wall as the corpse slowly approaches Yumi, with its skin peeling. The corpse starts choking Yumi. At that moment, Yumi sees her own abusive mother in Marie's corpse. She tearfully embraces the corpse, apologizing for leaving. Detective finally manages to enter and is confronted with the sight of Yumi cradling the corpse, which is now back to its original state. After these events, Yumi goes home, and Detective is called back to the police station. Detective is informed that they found a baby cam videotape in younger sister's bag. The tape shows older sister cutting her younger sister with a knife. Their mother Marie catches her red-handed, and the older sister gets an asthma attack. Marie realizes older sister has been the one harming younger sister all along. In a fit of rage, Marie rushes younger sister to the hospital, leaving older sister to die of the asthma attack. In present reality, younger sister enters the room. She finally speaks and says that older sister would always give her a red candy after harming her. Detective rushes to Yumi, realizing she's in danger since it has been older sister's ghost all along, and Marie was actually her first victim. Detective's late sister used to work at the hospital that Marie and Yoko frequented, explaining how older sister's ghost got access to all the victims. Detective tries calling Yumi, but she doesn't pick up. At the moment, Yumi is showering, so she misses his calls. When she gets out of the shower, she's confronted by the ghost of older sister. The ghost approaches her, and the screen goes blank as she screams. Detective finally arrives, and finds Yumi looking perfectly fine. After confirming she's alright, he embraces her, only to realize he's just been stabbed. He staggers back and notices Yumi's reflection on the mirror resembling older sister, then he passes out. Detective wakes up in a hospital bed where a possessed Yumi feeds him a red candy with her mouth. Behind her back, she holds a knife, waiting to strike. Fortunately for Detective, he plays along and eats the candy. This causes the possessed Yumi to smile gleefully, revealing that older sister, now in Yumi's body, has found a new younger sister in Detective to harm and care for. Subscribe, like, comment, and share for more content like this. Bye.